Good Monday, everyone. I hope everyone had a fantastic Passover and Easter weekend. I sure did. And this is Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion details for the week ahead. And this is for Monday, the 6th of April, 2015. Well, it's that time of the year again where the buds on the trees and maple and juniper are flourishing throughout the region with warm temperatures. So we're going to start with the pollen allergy forecast for the region. For today, it's on the high side at 9. So coughing, hissing, sneezing, wheezing, generally as a result of all of this going on. For tomorrow, with the rain showers coming in, and Wednesday the amounts will be lowered and then back up again to the high levels on Thursday and Friday. Get ready with your extra vitamin C. Nice looking Monday morning for April with temperatures at or near seasonable levels for the sunrise this morning. And temperatures are generally running anywhere from the upper 30s into low and mid 40s right now this hour at 8 o'clock as of this broadcast. And the winds are all light with lots of sunshine. And we have rising air or rising high pressure right over the region right now. And a few scattered high cirrus clouds across certain portions of the region. Just an absolutely gorgeous start to your Monday. Morning surface chart from weatheroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows that the frontal boundary has slid through most of New Jersey except southern New Jersey at this time, and it's becoming more of a Waverly a warm frontal or stationary front out towards western Pennsylvania with spokes of energy here, and a southwesterly flow of air means that precipitation chances are going to ramp up again by later tonight and especially during the day on Tuesday and Tuesday night. Then again later on Thursday and Friday. The good news about this pattern is that the rainfall will be falling over periods of time rather than just one pocket or steady period of time. So the soil is actually going to be able to absorb a lot of the rainfall that's going to be ongoing over the next couple of days, and that means that vegetation will be flourishing as well as your allergies. Morning pass of the visible satellite imagery this morning shows some high, thin cirrus clouds around the region associated with the jet streak along the frontal boundary, and we find plenty of cloud cover still back out to our south and west, and a little bit of lifting with the cloud deck here across the frontal boundary in central and southern New Jersey. We're not really finding any precipitation. There are some echoes coming in from off the Great Lakes into western New York. These are probably dying out, and the rest of the atmosphere seems to be in an okay position for today, tonight, and tomorrow. However, that will begin to change. And on the aviational weather deck today, we have basically VFR conditions in the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area. We do have a little bit of IFR conditions, or at least some MVFR conditions, limited LFIFR, and in the Connecticut River Valley area here as a result of some of the fog being trapped down in the lower layers of the atmosphere in the valleys this morning. Basically, for the rest of today, VFR conditions expected through today, and high pressure is off the coast, southwesterly flow. Then the cold front that is to our south will begin to move back as a warm front, lower in the thickening of the clouds by daybreak tomorrow. There could be some MVFR conditions and some showers in the northern and western areas. For Tuesday and Tuesday night, probably VFR ceilings at about 5,000 feet to start, and some ceilings begin to lower in some showers, south to southwesterly gusts at around 20 knots, and conditions probably deteriorating to IFR and rain and drizzle, a northeast onshore wind at 20 knots Tuesday night. Wednesday through Thursday night, MVFR ceilings with periods of IFR conditions and some stratus, drizzle, patchy fog, northeasterly wind gusting to 20 to 30 knots, as the front will not be completely through the region yet. Best chances for widespread fog should be late Thursday night ahead of the northward approaching warm front. And finally, by Friday, we should get warm sectored MVFR or IFR in the morning with some stratus, fog, and drizzle. Also late in the day with some showers and wind shifting to the southerly direction. So it's going to be one of those weeks with cool pockets into the north and warm pockets to the south along the frontal boundary. Right now outside of Newark, it's delightful at 44 degrees for this time in the morning, dew point 38, humidity 79%. A few clouds at about 25,000 feet. Again, the story today will be mainly VFR conditions. For Philadelphia right now, 44, humidity 37%, dew point is 37 degrees Fahrenheit rather, relative humidity 76%, the wind is northeast at 3, a few clouds at 25,000, those are jet stream clouds, and VFR conditions in place. Watches, warnings, and advisories across interior Connecticut and Massachusetts here. That's the result of some of the localized dense valley fog across the region, which will be breaking up over the next couple of hours. For the coastal waters, we do have from New Jersey down through the Delaware and the back bays here some small craft advisories, and these are in effect from around 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon until around 6 a.m. on Tuesday. And the winds out of the southwest at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, and the seas basically 3 to 5 feet. For the New York coastal waters as well, basically from 6 p.m. this evening through 6 p.m. on Tuesday, southwesterly winds at 5 to 15 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas basically running 3 to 6 feet. And it will be one of those weeks where location will be everything in terms of temperature, uh, wind direction too. We're going to find a colder water right along with a southwesterly flow right along the waters here, the inlets here across Ocean and Monmouth and Cape May counties here. And this will mean that the water temperatures will have an effect with the southwesterly flow over the coastal waters. It's going to mean that temperatures will be cooler than interior locations during any afternoon. And then as everything begins to cool down again and stabilize, everything will become quite uniform at night. But afternoon temperatures are definitely going to be in question by location. For instance, the HRR model this afternoon places temperatures at the prime hour of heating during the afternoon in the 70s across a chunk of this area. The NAM models indicating temperatures away from the immediate coast, a few spots in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So this looks reasonable. Temperatures over interior northern New Jersey may not get out of the upper 50s to around 60. And the NAM guidance could actually be a little bit cooler than expected, so we'll probably bump up the temperatures with the March sun, probably get over 60 to 65 degrees across the north, possibly touching to around 70 in the Philadelphia metro area, possibly into the New York City urban areas as well. And the wind directions are going to be a question over the next couple of days too. Now, as we get into Tuesday, southwesterly flow with a frontal boundary nearby. Again, temperatures over the interior, away from the water, are going to be in the 70s. Further north you get, with the northeast wind and the front stalled out just to the south means a northeast onshore flow, and that means cooler air mass in place over the northern sections versus the south. So there could be a 15-20 degree difference in temperature from north to south Jersey and Philadelphia over the week, and also right along the immediate coast where we're going to find northeasterly winds onshore in northern New York City and northwestern New Jersey, and southwesterly winds bumping up over the inlets around the coast, cooling the air mass in place during the afternoon hours. GFS temperature maps into motion. We'll find that temperatures will be running into the upper 50s to low 60s and upper 60s to around 70 this afternoon. Could be again on Tuesday afternoon, and we'll get to Tuesday afternoon right now. We can pull up Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures again cooler to the north, warmer to the south along the frontal boundary, and where that's draped, then everything goes back to uniform at night as the atmosphere stabilizes. Then we get into Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. That's where temperatures cool off just a little bit on Thursday with antecedent rain and the frontal boundary nearby. Friday, we're going to get into the warm sector here. We could get anywhere from the 50s over the northern sections with a northeast wind, and then the front just to the south moving to the north with rain showers along it. Temperatures upper 60s to low 70s, so big temperature gradient contrast here this week. Finally, everything begins to cool off by Saturday as the front then moves off the coast, and then more high pressure builds in with a near seasonable air mass in place by Saturday afternoon. GFS forecast into motion for precipitation, the frontal boundary nearby, and waves of low pressure, short waves along the front mean periods of rain, probably beginning around here late tonight, early tomorrow morning as the moisture fetch begins to increase across the region. More rain showers around the region on Wednesday morning too, then a little bit of drying Wednesday afternoon. It's not going to be raining all places all the time, so we're going to have anywhere from 3/4 up to an inch of rain in some locations, maybe a little higher in others for the entire week. So it should be no flooding issues of main concern because it will be falling over relatively longer periods of time and more widespread across the region. By the time we get into Thursday, front really begins to ramp up and move towards the area. We're warm sectored and just periods of rain around the region on Friday, Thursday night, and Friday. And this is the primary area where low pressure then moves into the St. Lawrence River Valley, drags the cold front through the region. Everything begins to dry out and cools down to near seasonal levels again by the weekend. So it's definitely a week of April showers, no question about it. So you're going to need the umbrella, and you're probably going to need a raincoat and possibly, well, a winter coat and perhaps still a spring coat around, depending on your location at any given time during the week, as the frontal boundary and wind direction will really dictate the high temperatures across the region. For everything live, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a terrific Monday. We'll be back in video form on Tuesday.